Hi friends, and welcome to the next video. Another walk around video here at the park for you. Everybody likes these walking videos, so I figured I'd make some more. Anyway, I have a very interesting topic today. First, take a look at the park. It's a beautiful day out here in Pasadena, California. Anyway, I have a very interesting topic today because it's something that relates to what happened to me the other day. So I've been really busy doing computer work, editing. I write for magazines, and I'm doing lessons online and blah blah blah. There's tons of stuff going on, and I haven't played in a couple of weeks. I haven't sat down with the kid and played. So the other day, a very good friend of mine, Jimmy Brandley, is a drummer from Cuba. He's an amazing drummer. I don't know if you guys know him. He got married, and he had a party at a club that we play at all the time here in LA, a jazz club. And everybody was there, like Greg Bissonette, and all these great percussionists, and Justo Almario, and the whole Latin community, Latin jazz musicians was there. David Garfield and blah blah, all the LA cats, right? So I'm sitting there enjoying the party, and suddenly they invite me to sit in because everybody was sitting in too. And it was like David Garfield was playing piano, and Brandon Fields on sax. It was monster players, sitting in right when they called me. So like I said, I hadn't played in weeks. Now, what happens when you have a situation like this? Well, I'm here to tell you that it's nothing that you should worry about too much. Why? Because what happens when you haven't played in a long time? The first fear you have is that, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to play because I haven't touched the drums in however long, a couple of weeks or whatever. That is an irrational fear. Okay, why? Because I've talked to many great drummers, including Dennis Chambers, about this. I asked Dennis, well, what's the longest period you went without playing, without you being able to play? And he said about a year. A year. Okay, now during the pandemic, we all had this kind of experience. We didn't get to play a lot, and frankly, that's about how long I went without doing a concert. Really, it was impossible. So what happens to your playing? Now, if you didn't play at all, didn't touch the drums for an entire year, which I think is what Jojo mentioned in an interview too, he took time off the drums and didn't play for like a year. What happens to your body? What happens to your playing? Very interesting. You might be scared, You might get scared. You might say, oh my God, all my ability is going to leave me. I won't be able to play anymore, blah, blah, blah. What Dennis said was very interesting. He said, I thought, it would be worse, but I just got on the drums. I didn't even practice. I just went straight on tour. He just went straight on tour with Mike Stern, after this period of not playing. He says his arms felt like rubber band for a couple of the gigs, and then he just like nothing, like had nothing, no time had passed, and everything was fine. Now the same thing happened to me at this gig. Okay, I hadn't played in a couple of weeks, but I sat down, and I just played like nothing. At first, your heart's racing a little bit because you say, oh my God, all these great cats and all the people in the audience, great, amazing players, they're just sitting there, they're talking and stuff, but they're listening, right? So you just have to, from experience, I've experienced this many times, just take a deep breath and trust yourself, and trust that everything you have done in your life and playing is not going to fail you, and you just do it. And that's what happened. Like for the first couple of bars, it felt like, okay, I didn't even warm up or anything. And then all of a sudden, boom, I forgot all about it. I just started playing, and I started interacting with the guys, and it was amazing. It was great. It was super nice. I know some guys that don't even warm up. They just sit down and play. You know, now I don't know if I would take it that far. When I was doing Maynard's gig, I had to warm up because the second song was a massive drum solo already, and the tempos were from beat one super fast. Blaring big band stuff, you know, so if you weren't warmed up, okay, you're not gonna make it through the first song, right? but yeah, I know a couple of guys, they don't even warm up, they just sit down and play. So what happens when you haven't played for a long time? I think the biggest issue is in your mind, right? Because your mind starts to be insecure. Oh my God, I'm losing all my higher end stuff, you know, my chops and blah blah blah. How do you not lose your chops? That's something that kind of haunts us all, I think, if you don't play for a while. And the answer is, it's the same as if you do play. If you have a solid like foundation, if you've built your foundation very solidly, and you've done it the right way, right, through a gradual progression of practice across years of study, that's not going to leave you, okay, in a few weeks or even in a year, as proven by Dennis Chambers, okay, and as proven as we all got to experience during the pandemic. You know, the first concert I did after the pandemic, it was like, bam, you know, it was all right there. Okay, but you have to have a solid foundation. If it's not in your body, like riding a bike, you know, if it's not solidly in your body, then you're gonna have trouble recalling it. But if it's something that's become second nature for you, there's no problem. So don't panic if you haven't played in a couple of weeks. You know, nothing's gonna leave you. Drums aren't gonna leave you. You're gonna be just fine. There is maintenance to be done. Oh God, I think I'm walking in the mud. I hit a muddy patch. There is maintenance to be done, maintenance practicing. If you're doing like super high-end stuff, I have another friend of mine, Alex Landenberg. He plays in this band called Camelot, and he has to do a lot of upkeep practicing because all the double bass drum stuff he has to do, and you know, heavy hitting and stuff. You need stamina, and you got to keep that double bass drum stuff going. Even with me, with the clavis stuff or high performance stuff, there's a lot of maintenance practice involved in that, if you want to do it, you know, at a like really high level. But once you get to the music, it's fine, okay, if you've done the work beforehand. If you've done the work. If you haven't done the work the way you're supposed to do it, and it's not ingrained in your system, then that you might have a problem. Okay, so anyway, it's very interesting how the body works, how the body reacts to music, and how your mind can play a big part in your performance. You know, when I was a kid, I used to get sometimes nervous. You know, I was focused on, for example, what would happen down the line. Instead of being in the moment, I would worry about what, oh my God, other players were gonna say about me after the gig was over, or after I sat in. Even when I was really young, I'd go sit in somewhere. Oh, you know, you're dependent on whether these guys liked you or not, or if you played well. And some guys, you know, had take that really, really seriously. And I seen one guy come out of his finals, you know, and MI, when I was teaching at MI, I taught 12 years at MI first, anyone who doesn't know. I saw one guy, not only once. One guy came out of his final exams, and one of the final exams, he started crying in the hallway because he fucked this up or fucked this or that up. You don't know what happened, but he's like crying in the hallway. You know, some guys, like, they lose their mind, and they you know, they get real nervous, and man, it's a bummer because it affects your performance. There's another guy, a kid in Germany, that once you know, he was taking a lesson with me, and you know, I was surprised actually how long he had been not playing, right? So he was real nervous in the lesson, and he played and played, you know, and I said, well, what have you been doing this whole time, you know? He said he hadn't played for a while, and he came to the lesson, and I said, what have you been doing this whole time? And he starts to cry on the lesson, right? Oh my God, I felt so horrible for him. But he's like, oh, I thought I completely wasted my time in drumming, and that I've, you know, wasn't going to be able to get better when I stopped playing for a while, blah, blah. No, it's a serious issue. So I've learned with experience that if you build your foundation, man, you build that foundation and put it in a place where it's ingrained in your body. It's a part of you so deep, like breathing or whatever. That's not going anywhere. You can stop even for a year, like Dennis said. Like Jojo stopped, like all of us had to, like, kind of stop during the pandemic. And nothing will be gone. Maybe some super high-end stuff that you used to do might be gone, but it just takes, you know, a little bit to recover it, and that's it. No huge drama, unless you don't have a solid foundation. Okay, so that said, I hope you've enjoyed this this video, because it's kind of an important subject, very interesting subject. There's kids yelling, playing frisbee or whatever they're playing. Sorry about that. And yeah, it's an important subject because the mind can interfere with your performance if you let it. Okay. All right. So that's that. You'll notice also I'm putting a lot of videos from my studio in Italy up. These are all things that I've had in the works that I haven't put up before for one reason or another. I just never had the time, or never got around to it, or didn't think that it would do the channel any good. You know, a great variety of reasons, but I found that these things are great. I just have so much footage and never-ending amounts of playing footage that I never got around to editing. So I'm finally doing that now, and yeah, like that. I'm in LA, my friends. I don't know for how much longer. Probably not too much longer, to be honest. I'm gonna make another video about this. And well, yeah, I hope you're all doing well and you're preparing for your holidays. I don't celebrate that stuff, but I'm forced to do it with my family here, as you know, with my parents and all that stuff. So that's that, and thank you for watching. Again, thanks for all the super thanks, man. I really appreciate you guys. And join the lesson site if you want to learn what the pros know. If you want to approach drumming from a very beautiful standpoint, a standpoint where you can eventually find your own voice, which is the most sought after thing in music, a musician with his own voice, then join the lesson site. Okay, if you have any questions about it, just write me. All right, my friends, peace out. Ciao.